Hello there, welcome to the Paradox Experience. Today we'll actually be playing something different, not the Binding of Isaac that you always know, but we'll be playing an old Nintendo classic, straight from the Switch collection, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Now, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, you're like, the revenge? The revenge of what? Actually, what happens is, Billy and Jimmy, two characters that you play as, have to actually avenge the death of the girlfriend of Billy or Jimmy. I forget all the time. But they actually have to go through many stages to fight back the evil forces that they did already fight in the first Double Dragon to kill them basically in this one for killing the girlfriend now. One of the best side-scrolling beat-em-ups of Nintendo's era, with one of the best soundtracks and coolest freaking moves that you could ever pull off on an 8-bit system. So watch it and enjoy. As I stated, the game actually starts off with the girlfriend of Billy or Jimmy being murdered. They're not going to really show this on Nintendo, of course. But as you can see, I'm playing as Billy, or I don't know which color is which, but I am playing with Neo Turbo Maniac. He actually is one of those people that actually beat this game silly when I was younger, and he can continue to beat it silly. As you can see, there's definitely a lot of moves that you can actually do. Jump kicks, punches. This is actually a boss fight right here. Tornado kick, cricket knees, and then super uppercuts. You utilize all of these to actually fight all these villains that are happening right now. Yes, I know it keeps cutting, but from the recording from the Nintendo Switch, it's actually very difficult. One of the things about the bosses and any enemies, anything that can kill you can actually kill the boss's enemies. As you can see, cricket knee right to the face and kills the boss right off, and then you already win the actual match. For this also, there's other things that are faults in the game, such as one of these areas where you have to fight, and there's a helicopter and you can get shot, and then if I would have gotten shot and right off the building and lost a life. You only start out with 3 lives, and when you're playing 2-player mode, that's about it. It's game over for you, but the other person can continue the game itself. The levels are very different and diversified. A lot of the boss areas are actually pretty cool, if you're gonna say like that. The first boss that you saw was a very one of those giant guys. He actually disappears and reappears if you don't beat him up with his mask on. This is a twins versus twins battle, basically. Ninja versus Street Fighters. I guess you're called Street Fighters, where you're called Double Dragons. This is one of the cooler areas where you have to survive or beat up the enemies. The door that opens and closes is an automatic losing of your life, but that also goes for the enemies as well. It's safe to say that once you actually hit one of those cool moves like the tornado kick or the uppercut or the knee strike, hearing that pow real quick actually just makes you want to play even more. It's such a cool effect and sound effect that it makes you do everything. Want to keep playing. Hitting the enemies with it usually just kills them outright, unless you're fighting Abobos, which are one of the stables in Double Dragon. I was gonna say Dragon Ball Z, sorry. This is considered one of the hardest moves, as you cannot jump at all. Those spikes up there will automatically start depleting your health. Right now, as player 1, I'm already at 0 and then 4 units of health. I don't know how the health is actually calculated in this game, but you can do a lot of stuff, such as picking up weapons, which will actually help you not get killed, and then throwing the enemies themselves into the spikes. Trying to stay in this one area is pretty difficult, but it does work. You can actually do that, and then the Bobo, you can actually uppercut right into the spikes, which does help a lot. So sadly, I actually lost in 2 seconds just going to the next room. That actually ends the level, and Neo Turbo Maniac has to take over from here because, like I said, once it's game over, it's game over. There's no continue on the side buttons or anything like that. It's just simply game over. Hey, this is what Nintendo was about back in the day. Sometimes, kids, you don't get as many continues as you want. Now here's what's worthy of note. There was a lot of platforming actually in this game. there's a foreground and a background as well. So like if you went down, the enemies have to come down to you. So you can actually utilize this to your advantage and kick ass basically. Until you go to this boss. Some bosses just like this is there's no foreground, there's no background, but it's a complete actual boss in itself. This actually led to being one of the awesomest things, and you get to fight Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, it's not really Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's just kind of very does look like him a lot, and it's one of the harder abobos, if you want to say it like that, because they come in many forms and shapes and sizes. Did I forget to mention the awesome music that plays when you actually beat a level? Here it goes. It's so awesome. There's another level where there's a lot of platforming. The platforms appear, reappear, and then now it doesn't have a foreground or a background kind of concept right here. This is just a straight up easier level, even though it's on the harder levels. If you know how to do that twisting kick or hurricane kick, you can just stand in the middle platform while these creepy eyes look at you, and then just keep doing these kicks. If you just can master that, then you're good to go on this level, honestly. Take a minute to listen to this music. Kind of creepy for an 8-bit system. And again, mastering platforms on this level is kind of actual difficulty. Difficulty is actually kind of hard. Ha! Again, the game really amplified how dangerous it can be. You got all these escalator things, and as well as these spikes that automatically kill you when you land on them. So you have to actually time everything perfectly just to get to this thing. Again, losing lives is not a good option on here because you're going to need them later on, just in the endgame part. Now, the game does keep challenging you, because in this level, as you can see, the platform's actually disappearing as you're fighting. If it goes all the way to the door, there's no way for you to actually beat the game. You're just done. Basically, a game over. The boss itself can be defeated, again, using the spikes and the hazards that are around you. Over here, as you can see, spikes, turning wheels, and everything like that. It actually looks like a Castlevania-esque kind of style of game. I gotta give huge praise to my bro Maniac. Check out his channel. He's the one actually finishing this game out because as you saw, like I said, I died. I used to be good at these kind of games. I am not anymore, and there's a certain reason because I have no patience to be memorizing and doing this stuff again. And more disappearing platforms. You know, it's good to know that all the weapons that the enemies use against you, you can use against them! Look at that! Yes, 9 times out of 10, I think they're called mics or something like that, or whatever. Anything that they throw or throw at you, you can pick up and throw back at them. Which definitely helps you in this kind of game where, I mean, you have 3 lives, and after that, it's just game over. So you're gonna have to start all the way from the start. Again, this is not one of those kind of games where, oh yeah, where's my continues? Yeah, no continues. No continues. But you're gonna always love that cricket knee strike. I think that's one of the strongest maneuvers in the game, the cricket knee strike. The tornado hurricane kick is not as strong as that knee strike. If you can land that knee strike perfectly all the time, do it, because you're gonna need to in this kind of game. The game has so many levels, and it just always just makes you want to keep going too as well. It's just a lovely game, period. Now this is actually one of the endgame kind of things. You start fighting basically bosses from the past. That one boss kind of fell through but came right back. I have no idea what happened with that one. That might have been a Nintendo glitch or just a Switch glitch. I have no idea. Ha! Switch glitch. That should be a new thing. But you do have to fight so many bosses. This is why having as many lives as possible at this endgame part
is very difficult to do. You're fighting spikes, you're fighting everything, you're refighting bosses left and right, and trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds. And the endgame boss is a twin of yourself. I don't know why or how, but it could do every single move that you could do. It could do the uppercut, it could do the knee, it could do the hurricane kick, it could do the back kick, everything like that. But you gotta beat him. So defeat yourself in order to end the game. That's basically kind of the thing they're trying to say. Needless to say, Neo's Horror-Maniac knocked this out of the park. I mean, he's been playing this game for years, long time when it came out until it disappeared. Also, the boss disappears, but I've been playing it. You know, I had it for Nintendo. We had it for Nintendo. It was a great thing to play when we were younger. And then once you beat it, you get this little end screen, and you're done. That has been Double Dragon number 2, The Revenge. Hope you enjoyed.